On Friday morning, Perth Scorchers recorded their record fourth Big Bash title. And leading the charge at the final was the man himself, big friend of 98 Not Out, Mr. Laurie Evans, who joins us now from his chauffeur-driven limousine. Morning, mate.
I wish it was a chauffeur-driven limousine. It's my wife driving me driving us back from nursery. So we just dropped our little boy off at nursery. So, yeah. How you doing, mate? All good?
All good, all good. Really proud to see you performing so well out there. And what a performance in the final. 78 not out of 41 balls and man of the match, or player of the... I think it's not man of the match anymore, is it? It's player of the game or something, isn't it? But well done anyway.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, no, it was obviously incredible. Incredible night, first and foremost, on Friday. The way the game sort of panned out. We were under the cosh, I should say, from a good side, who we'd beaten easily 3 times during the tournament. But, finals do funny things and they bowl really well and the wicket wasn't great. So, obviously, I came to the wicket and it was a bit of a different scoreboard than what I've been used to throughout the tournament. But obviously, to get a partnership going with AT, who's been so good the whole way through, he's captained brilliantly and he's just been all around brilliant player. So really good night personally, and for the team, we deserved it.
Yeah, you did well, and it was more of a close contest than possibly thought, because Sydney Sixers were quite depleted going into this, and Dan Christian offering free beer to anyone that would turn up.
Yeah. No, obviously they've been hit by COVID quite hard. Probably not sticking to the guidelines that were in place as strictly as maybe as some teams, but we were just trying to, the whole way through, we were just trying to make sure that we weren't going to put ourselves in a position to be affected by COVID, because it was obviously ravishing through teams, and there were, you're left to sort of find players and stuff like that. So it was a bit bizarre, make it through the tournament in such a dominant way and then get the win. It was fantastic.
Even more impressive because of COVID. You only played, was it 1 game at home throughout the whole tournament?
Yeah, so we played the first game at home. So I flew into Sydney 2 weeks before to do my it's not quarantine, but I had to be in the country for 2 weeks before I joined up with the team. That was just a Big Bash rule, not a government thing. And so then a 5-hour flight straight into a hotel, because obviously Perth's under lockdown, we weren't allowed in technically. Straight into a hotel, slept straight to the game, straight back onto an aeroplane, straight back over another 5-hour flight. So pretty mental 24 hours to my first game, but the Optus was incredible. What an amazing stadium. And I'd love to get back there and play some more games.
Is it even better than Billericay Cricket Club as in terms of a place to play?
Nah, nothing compares to Billericay.
But yeah, I mean, COVID, how is it? You're all living in the bubble. How did you pass your time? Are there any tournaments going on, table tennis or Call of Duty or any of that kind of stuff?
There was a bit of Call of Duty about. I didn't take my PlayStation, so I had to borrow other people's. But I played golf, mate. I was allowed to get out and play golf.
Oh, wow.
We just weren't allowed to play, to eat or meet anyone inside or anything like that. So it was all, takeaway food or making your own food. So it was tough at times. Obviously, not being able to take family over as well, was difficult. 2.5 months away from them over Christmas. I missed my son's birthday, things like that. So yeah, not an easy time, but made better by the fact that obviously we were playing some good cricket. I was able to play a lot of golf at some amazing courses, and I was looked after really well.
Who is the team clown in the Perth Scorchers?
Team clown, probably AJ Ty with his selection of socks. He has the most outrageous selection of socks, so I would probably have to say AJ Ty is a guy that everyone likes to get around. He's a great team man. And you need people and characters like that who can offer a bit of a laugh and a joke and create a bit of an environment.
Yeah, especially. I think it's even more so in these sort of lockdown times, really. When we last talked to you, you were fresh back from the CPL, and you presented us with the most stunning playlist. You still hold the title amongst us of having the most impressive playlist, and you're heavily Caribbean.
Yeah.
What's the music been like down in Australia?
Well, they sort of get around the quite sort of a holistic house, I would call it. Like it's sort of a lot of windpipes, a lot of barroom beats, I would say. Where the sort of place that you sort of walk in and sort of like just a cool vibe, cool beat. But then they do also love, I would say I was trying to get him into a bit of UK garage, and the album I love at the minute is Dave's new album. So and actually there was a few big fans of Dave and some grime and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it was a good, like, we had some good playlists in the changing rooms.
Bit of Kano.
Do you know what? Not as much Kano as I would have liked, but I did have a chat with Chevy from Ace the other day. We go way back, and because I remember during the 100, Kano came to watch one of the games, and he sat in the Ace box, and I was like so gutted that he was there, and I didn't take the opportunity.
Popcorn up there as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Popcorn was there. Yeah, so star-studded. I said if they get him back again next year, I'm coming up straight away.
Yeah, I've got a give a shout out to Chevy and the Ace Project. I'm really involved with that. My son plays for them, so we're up at the Oval every Wednesday night. And one of the great things about the training sessions is they have the speaker box going and all that stuff. It's really good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be up there next year if those guys are up there, or even if they're not. Me and Chevy go way back. Someone
else that goes way back with you, who we've had on the show earlier tonight, Patrick Foster, who's just got a book out and sends his regards.
Yeah, no, I went to university with Patrick, and at the time he was playing for Northants, and obviously, his life has taken an interesting turn, here and there. But he's sort of come out of all that and brought a book out, and by the sounds of it, it's an amazing book. And I haven't actually yet, I haven't sat down to read it yet, but I'll definitely try and get around to having a look at it. Yeah.
So, okay, straight back from Australia. Are you going to have a bit of a rest? What's up next for you?
Yeah, so obviously a bit of family time with the wife and Josh and the dog, Buttons, who's fast on my lap at the minute. And we're just going to sort of, I need to go and see the physios at Surrey and all the lads at Surrey, because I've still got a broken toe. So it's still pretty painful to walk around. But we're going to go on holiday. We're actually going to go to Antigua, so a bit more Caribbean flavour. And then, we're back in for pre-season, I think, on the 21st of February.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, enjoy your holiday. Yeah. Antigua's lovely.
Thanks,
will England be out there when you're on holiday, or are you just avoiding cricket?
I'm not sure. I think they're back by then. I think I'm trying to work out if the under-19 World Cup will still be going on, but because if they're around, we're going to be not moving from the beach. So, I won't be going too far and wide to suss out some cricketers. That's for sure.
And then the 100 this year should be even more pumped up version of last year's edition. We should see some more overseas players in. Obviously controversial. Everyone's got a point of view on it, but lots of positives to be drawn from it. I know there's people that will criticise it, but having actually taken part in it, what are your thoughts?
Oh, look, you only have to, like I said, I've told this story a few times. I was sat on the train on the way back from one of the games, and I had my tracksuit on, and this guy started speaking to me. He said, "Oh, mate, do you play for the Oval?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, well, look, I run kids camps, and usually all they can talk about is football, which you would expect." And he said, "At the minute, all they can talk about is the 100." And I think, and I sat back and I was like, "Do you know what? That's probably everything you need to know about the 100. It's there to inspire kids, get people interested in the game." Football dominates this country, and we've got to compete with it and find ways of getting kids into it and getting families into it and getting people around the TV and out in the park. So I think it's job done for the first year, and they just need to make sure they don't ruin it now and harness it and keep it keep it what it is, keep it fresh, keep it in its natural state, because it's a fantastic game to play. Absolutely love it. 2020 now is far too long. You know, I find myself getting far too bored in the field. So no, I'm all for it, and I think it's here to stay. And those guys who sort of blame how we played in the Ashes on the 100 is just, I mean, it's just madness. Like you're blinded. You're looking for reasons why we played badly in the wrong places. So yeah, no, it's a fantastic tournament.
Talking the Ashes, you're going to give Rory Burns a big cuddle when you see him?
I will give Rory a big cuddle, not only because he had a tough couple of months, but he also gave me we did a cricket bat swap, and I used his cricket bat in the 100 and then out in the Big Bash and in the final. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly going well for me at the minute.
He's a top bloke, isn't he? And Toppers down at the Oval as well these days.
Yeah, no, Reece he was out there obviously playing for the Renegades. Didn't probably have as good a tournament as he would like. Certainly not against us. But he's always a great character, lovely. I always enjoy his company, and he's doing brilliantly out in the West Indies. He's had a good series, so yeah, he's taken that opportunity and put his name forward for the World Cup back in whenever it is.
Yeah, that's right. Right, I'll let you crack on. Really good to see you. Really good to catch up. Before you go, you know the rules on this show. Music. What do you want? Name me a track.
I am going to go for a Dave track, and it's called "In the Fire." And I think it's sensational. I think the whole album's awesome. I absolutely love it, and I hope he loves cricket, because if he does, he should definitely get in touch.
Yeah, we'll get him on the show. All right, Big Bash winner, all-round legend, top bloke, and massive friend of 1998, Laurie Evans. Put your feet up, enjoy the beach, and spend a bit of quality time. It's well earned, mate.
Cheers, buddy. All the best.